The main issue in Iraq is the low level of English language proficiency despite the implementation of different language policy. English has been an important language in Iraq after First World War. During the British occupation, it was first taught in the first grade at basic level as a second language during that period. After a while, that policy was changed and it was decided to be from the fifth grade as a foreign language. Thus, Arabic became a medium of instructions, and this makes English language to be taught as a subject. Thus, this policy hindered the English language development in Iraq. Recently, a survey was conducted by Education First in 2016 in the English Proficiency Index, and Iraq was ranked to be lowest at 33.64%. The poor proficiency in the level of English language is attributed to certain factors which include language attitude, language learning and teaching, as well as language technology. To enhance English language proficiency, Iraqi Ministry of Education makes English language to be compulsory subject that students have to pass in order to enroll in an upper grade level. In 2014, a significant change happened. The communication approach has now replaced the grammar translation approach. This change is positive, but it requires training of instructors. So, the Ministry of Education provides 2 training programs to improve the qualification of teachers. Also, encourage the use of communication language teaching since the previous method was grammar translation method. There are some factors hinder the transition. First, most Iraqi English teachers are non-native speakers with bachelor degrees. Second, issues with awareness of teaching methodology. There is need for intensive training in teaching methodology for a large number of instructors. Hence, needs to develop various language policy to make it generally accepted.
English language policy in Iraq in comparison with other countries. In Iraq, English language is known to be foreign language. In an effort to enhance English language proficiency, Iraq made English language to be compulsory subject. In 2014, the Ministry of Education in Iraq adopted a new language education policy that English should be taught from first grade in elementary school. Compared to Malaysia, English language is institutionalized as a second language in the education since 1957. As English language is made compulsory at all educational levels, it is introduced to a child as early as preschool with the age of 5-6 years old. And English language continued to be taught as a compulsory subject in other levels of education. Yemen has a similarity with Iraq, as English language is also studied as a foreign language there. One major English language policy that is implemented in both Malaysia and Iraq is communicative language teaching, CLT. Significant similarity that is shared between Iraq, Malaysia and Yemen is that despite English language policy implementation in these countries, there is still significant low student performance in English language, which is considered crucial for global interaction. In these 3 countries, private institutions are considered to be better in English language teaching and policy implementation compared to government institutions. In Malaysia, policy making is centralized. The policy made by the government at the center cross across regions in implementation. In Iraq, each region is autonomous in terms of English language policy.
Challenge. First factor is that most Iraqi English teachers are non-native speakers with bachelor degrees in either English literature or English education. Here are also issues with awareness of teaching methodology. Iraq has a country that is still recovering from conflict. Also in Iraq, students decide which language they prefer in order to obtain best understanding in a class. In Iraq, English is more frequently used in the presentation of written material, example slides, hands-out, and readings, than the oral communication during lectures. The teachers tend to concentrate the teaching of grammar and negligate the communicative aspects of language learning in their teaching. Classroom teaching is highly characterized by teacher-centered approaches. and chalk and talk drill method. Interference of mother tongue language system in Iraq. Also, they use direct translation and depend on dictionary meanings to comprehend English text. The proposed interventions, the implementation should be accompanied with comprehensive training for teachers, as there were gaps in teaching methodology, hence there is need for intensive training in teaching methodology. The training activities should be complemented with the Pro-ELT is a blended teacher training course, with the aim of strengthening English teaching and learning through a blended training approach that includes quality face-to-face. In addition, it is very important for Ministry of Education to create a conducive environment where language teaching and learning will be effective. All this can be done by making provision for language technology.